Oh boy, here we go, you guys.
Here
Let
we
the
go.
games begin. Looks like Diddy is not too happy with 50 Cent and Netflix for putting out the documentary about him, and he's now taking matters into his own hands. Now, ever since this doc came out a couple days ago, people have been looking at Diddy a lot differently. People are now seeing just how evil Diddy really was back in the days, how much Diddy actually exploited a lot of black artists, and of course, his involvement in the death of Tupac. Now, Diddy and his team has been going back and forth with Netflix over the last couple of days. They initially sent a cease and desist letter to Netflix claiming the footage they used in the doc was stolen footage. They're claiming it was stolen footage that was never authorized for release. And on top of that, it's also a shameful hit piece. Of course, if you guys watched the doc, they pretty much had everybody that hated Diddy's guts in the doc. So when you have a bunch of people coming together to speak negatively about you, you're obviously going to feel like this was a targeted hit piece. But let's be honest, if you're somebody like Diddy that's allegedly fucked a lot of people over, it's a little bit hard to find people that would vouch for you and speak positively about you. Now, Netflix did respond back to them. They said, yo, this footage came to us. We obtained the footage legally, and we also have the necessary rights, bitch ass nigga. We moved heaven and earth to keep the filmmaker's identity confidential. One thing about Sean Combs is that he's always filming himself, and it's been an obsession throughout the decades. We also reached out to Sean Combs' legal team for an interview and comments multiple times, but did not hear back. Now, Diddy's team did respond back, and they sent some threats. They said, as you are undoubtedly aware, Mr. Combs has not hesitated to take legal action against media entities and others who violate his rights, and he would not hesitate to do so against Netflix. And once again, Netflix responded back to them. The claims being made about Sean Combs, The Reckoning, are false. The project has no ties to any past conversations between Sean Combs and Netflix. The footage of Combs leading up to his indictment and arrest were legally obtained. This is not a hit piece or an act of retribution. Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent, is an executive producer but doesn't have creative control. No one was paid to participate. AKA, these people that you see in this doc trashing you, Diddy, these niggas did it for free. They willingly took time off from work just to come talk about you. That's how bad your character is. Now, yesterday, Diddy's former security guard, Roger Bonds, actually came out to explain how Netflix got the footage. Apparently, Diddy records himself 24/7, and he was doing so during his case. Turns out, Diddy did not want to pay the people that was recording him, obviously because he was found guilty, so they took the footage and they sold it to Netflix. Here's what his former security guard said.
I'm getting it, it's your bonds. Yo, man, yo, how 50 get, blah, blah, blah. Yo, Puff, take this self doing that. Let me explain something to y'all. All right, whether it's NDAs, whether it's whatever. When these young boys come in, first of all, he only deal with young videographers because he want to rob them, and he know that they want the opportunity to follow Puff Daddy, P Diddy. They want that opportunity, so they get him at a low price anyway. But when you stay out so many hours a day, Puff wants a videographer with him 24 hours a day on call. Whether we on the yacht, whether we on a ship, wherever we at, he wants to videotape that, right? So now, they come to agreement. They come to whatever the pay is going to be. But then it be so many hours on that invoice that he don't want to pay. He gets in touch with the office. He gets in touch with the chief of staff. Yo, what is this I'm paying? What is this I'm paying? You know what you paying. You was outside all of these hours. It's 160 something hours in a week. You was outside 140. That's the invoice he put in. So now, being if you got a contract and he don't stand to that contract, guess what happens? He could do whatever he want to do with that footage. So now that footage goes to the highest bidder. And 50 had to be the highest bidder to get there. Yo, this is business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't in love with you. Everybody ain't dedicated. Everybody ain't loyal to the point of stupidity.
And now fast forward to this morning, looks like Diddy is sick of 50 Cent and he's now letting him know and also sending threats. 50 Cent was out in Miami last night. He had a show at Club 11, and you guys will never believe what Diddy did, allegedly. According to 50 Cent, Diddy sent him some flowers while he was performing at the club. 50 posted this picture saying, yo, what kind of gay shit is this? Diddy sent me flowers at Club 11. LOL, why all the foreplay? Get busy, you know I'm stupid. Now 50 knows exactly what this is. This is Diddy basically telling him, bro, I know exactly where you are and I could have easily gotten you touched if I wanted to. 50 Cent goes on to write in the caption saying, a warning? I'm 90s grimy, nigga. You don't warn me. Now, some people are saying that this flower arrangement actually looks like funeral flowers, which of course 50 Cent has to take as an obvious threat, which means security is going to be tighter for 50 Cent, and on top of that, the man is pissed off now. We all know what happens to people that seemingly pose threats to 50's life. Usually does not end well for them. And with Diddy in prison, who knows what kind of strings 50 Cent can possibly pull. Now, here's my thing. This is not really the smartest thing to do if you're Diddy. You gotta remember, while you're locked up, your family's out here. You wanna make sure your family, your kids, everybody can move around safely. So if you're making threats like this and sending funeral warnings to somebody like 50 Cent, you gotta think about your family first. The last thing you want is to be locked up in prison and get a message that somebody has caused harm to your family. And I'm sorry, but this does not help your case at all. People already think that you're evil, and now you're sending somebody funeral flowers from prison? Hey dog, peace and love to everybody. You guys get in the comments below. What do you guys make of this threat from Diddy to 50 Cent? How do you guys think 50 should handle this moving forward?
I would say you don't want to threaten people as you're locked up, because I remember the story with Jimmy Henchman, who was supposed to be a real bad guy, but I think his son ended up getting slapped for something that was going on with G Unit, and he was supposed to be the bad guy. He was supposed that's the guy from allegedly that shot Tupac. So and he was allegedly tied to Bad Boy, but he got slapped by G Unit. Allegedly, I mean his son did. Allegedly, I don't know. And if you locked up trying to get out, why would you be sending flowers to 50, which is actually low key a gangster gesture? Like, yo, I know where you at. I know what you doing. I didn't have to send flowers. That was actually cute. That was cute. But 50, 48 Laws of Power 50, he ain't gonna show no fear. He ain't gonna care. He gonna continue going on with the plan that's in his head. Because you gotta remember, this goes back to the Supreme Team, which Diddy co-signed the Supreme Team. At one point in New York, it was Jigga, Ja Rule, and Diddy all underneath or working with Kenneth Supreme McGriff, the Supreme Team. 50 is over here. It's these 5 guys over here and 50 over here. They was all from the same neighborhood, Supreme and 50. And he wanted Ja's spot, so he kept going at Ja, and that's the situation where he ended up getting hit by Preem, allegedly. And 50 still did what he wanted to once he got himself together. Preem ended up going to jail. 50 talks about how somebody ran down on him in prison, allegedly. And he seemed like he knew all about that. And Ja Rule, he still ended up going at Ja Rule and knocking him off. He still bullies Jay-Z. He still bullies Sean Combs, Diddy, just because they was down with the Supreme Team. And if you remember, Diddy, before he got locked up, he made a documentary about the Supreme Team because he messed with them. And you remember Big, my team Supreme, stay clean. You get where I'm going with this? So they all was locked in. And 50 was on the right-hand side saying, I'll go at all y'all. And at the end of the day, I'll end up winning. Honestly, I respect 50 a lot more. The guy who can stand on his own 2 feet and go at like an army that everybody else is scared of, and he end up winning. Man, like you can't even compare the two. All right, so it's your boy Jet Ski G. That was like a little history lesson, y'all. All right, this your boy Jet Ski G. Make sure y'all drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. Diddy is actually sending people's flowers in the club after this Netflix documentary. As like a kind gesture. I don't know. All right. So it's your boy Jet Ski G. If ain't nobody told you they love y'all, you know I love y'all. Also, I'm going to drop another banger. It's going to be right here. Make sure y'all click this video right here. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. I'm out, y'all. Diddy is crazy.